Welcome back to Super Thief. I'm William H, and for today's countdown, get ready for some heart-pounding excitement as we take you through the top 10 action series on Netflix. From gripping crime sagas to adrenaline-fueled battles and captivating spectacles, these 10 action series on Netflix are guaranteed to keep you glued to the edge of your seat. But before we begin, if you enjoy the content, please hit the subscribe button, as I really need your support to keep the channel going. Now, fasten your seatbelts and let's get to that action. Our first entry is The Night Agent, a political action thriller that follows Peter Sutherland, an FBI agent working out of the White House who finds himself caught up in a dangerous world of political intrigue. The plot kicks off when Peter learns of a possible Russian mole in the White House and begins to suspect a conspiracy at the highest levels of power. What follows is a host of exciting car chases, intense gunfights, and hidden clues as Peter goes rogue to uncover a complex web of deception. In all, this one may not shake up the action spy thriller genre a whole lot, but the decent plot and non-stop action make this an adrenaline pumping recommendation for anyone looking for a strong action series on Netflix. At number 9, we have Lockwood Co, an ambitious new young adult series set in a world teeming with restless spirits where the paranormal runs rampant and giant corporations profit from the talents of psychic teenagers. The show focuses on the exploits of Anthony Lockwood, a rebellious young ghost hunter whose devil-may-care attitude is matched only by his exceptional ghost hunting skills. Alongside him is George, Lockwood's brilliant but quirky sidekick, and Lucy, the bewitchingly alluring latest addition to Lockwood Co. And we get to see the team blaze through haunted mansions and eerie graveyards as they confront their demons and unravel the enigma of Anthony's haunted past. So, if you're on the lookout for a teen blend of supernatural elements, action, and light humor, definitely consider giving Lockwood Co a try on Netflix. Next up at number 8, we have the mind-bending thrill that is Alice in Borderland, a breakout Netflix hit that takes survival games to a whole new level. Imagine adults trapped in a mysterious world, playing deadly games with no escape in sight. And with each challenge, the suspense grows, and the line between reality and illusion blurs. And with the story taking some very unexpected turns for protagonist Ryue, this is one action-packed series that knows how to keep you watching. So, if you're looking for some intense action and strong suspense with a psychological edge set in a twisted Squid Game-like universe, definitely check out Alice in Borderland. Moving on to number 7, we have Bodyguard, starring Richard Madden as David Budd, an elite bodyguard tasked with safeguarding the controversial Home Secretary Julia Monteague. As the story unfolds, viewers are drawn into a web of intrigue as Budd finds himself entangled in a devious plot against Montague's life. The dynamic between Budd and Montague is also complex, with their relationship marked by frequent conflicts and clashes of ideologies. Overall, Bodyguard is a concise series with 6 gripping episodes delivering an immersive show that excels when it addresses thought-provoking themes like government abuse of power in the name of national security and the harrowing consequences of PTSD, while all the while delivering some adrenaline-pumped anti-terrorism action. And at number 6, we have Happy, a captivatingly original series centered around Nick Sachs, a disgraced detective turned hitman. After a heart attack, Nick encounters Happy, a small blue-winged unicorn voiced by Patton Oswalt, who reveals that Haley, Nick's estranged daughter, has been kidnapped by a deranged man dressed as a Santa Claus. Reluctantly teaming up, Nick and Happy uncover a global conspiracy involving child trafficking, sex cults, aliens, ancient gods, and the looming threat of an apocalypse. Well, find yourself amid a thrilling, twisted, and action-packed ride as Nick and Happy work to save Haley and unravel some very dark secrets. Happy overall shines with its blend of absurd humor, intense action, and surprisingly emotional moments. So, if you're looking for a strong action series on Netflix that's not afraid to think a little outside of the box, definitely try out Happy. Next up, we have the captivating sci-fi action drama that is Altered Carbon. In this show, set in a far cyberpunk-esque future, humanity has developed the ability to transfer consciousnesses from body to body, essentially enabling immortality. The series takes full advantage of this unique premise, creating a thrilling narrative where the quest for justice intertwines with the exploration of human identity. Couple this with some breathtaking sci-fi action scenes and mind-blowing stunts, and you have an absolute sci-fi action winner. Unfortunately, despite the show's popularity and critical acclaim, the production costs led Netflix to conclude Altered Carbon after only 2 seasons. But what is here is definitely worth your time. Landing at number 4, we have Kingdom. Set against the backdrop of Korea's Joseon dynasty, specifically 3 years after the Imjin War, the first season of Kingdom introduces us to the Crown Prince Lee Chang and his loyal companions were confronted with an otherworldly plague that reanimates the deceased. While investigating a brewing political conspiracy and rumors of the king's demise, Lee Chang and his allies must navigate through the chaos and death that follows the plague's emergence. In a desperate attempt to halt its relentless spread, they seek refuge in the city-state of Sangju, only to find that the plague has evolved, presenting an even greater threat. In all, the show gives us a tumultuous struggle for survival and power, filled with intense battles and political intrigue. With its intricate plot, compelling characters, and unique take on zombie lore, Kingdom stands out in the crowded field of undead-themed media. So, if you're up for a zombie-themed action series, be sure to check out Kingdom on Netflix. And our number 3 action series on Netflix is The Witcher, a gripping series centered around Geralt of Rivia, a legendary monster hunter. Based on the best-selling books that previously spawned a hugely successful video game trilogy, the show presents us with Geralt's thrilling adventures as he encounters iconic characters like the sorceress Jennifer and the princess Ciri. Interesting fact, the show's upcoming 3rd season, which is set to premiere in 2023, will mark Henry Cavill's final appearance as Geralt, with Liam Hemsworth taking over the role in subsequent seasons. But still, if you're looking for a high-budget fantasy action show, The Witcher is just an absolute must-watch. And for our penultimate action series, we have Money Heist, a Netflix original bank heist show that positively took the global streaming world by storm. This Spanish psychological thriller action series takes you on a heart-pounding ride with deep and iconic characters like the impulsive Tokyo, the maniacal Berlin, and the enigmatic mastermind, the Professor, as they execute the grandest heist in history. Each episode serves up an adrenaline-fueled cocktail of suspense, jaw-dropping plot twists, and high-stakes action between the robbers, hostages, and the outside world. In all, this one is a riveting series where the distinction between hero and villain becomes increasingly elusive as alliances shift and secrets unfurl in unexpected ways. So, if you're looking for some masterful storytelling and compelling characters along with your intense action, be sure to check out Money Heist. And the SUPERTHIEF #1 action series on Netflix is The Last Kingdom, an epic British series that transports us back to a time where knights donned shining armor, wars were waged with axes and spears, and the thundering footsteps of ferocious Viking invaders echoed across the land. At the heart of this epic saga is Uhtred, a Saxon warrior whose life takes a tragic turn when his family is brutally slain and his village falls to the Danish forces. And Uhtred is then plucked from despair and raised by a formidable Danish warrior, setting him on a path to reclaim what was stolen from him. And with its gripping action scenes, breathtaking cinematography, and riveting storyline bursting with political intrigue, The Last Kingdom stands tall as the finest action series on Netflix. So, don't hesitate to give its 5 seasons a shot. And that's it for our picks for the top 10 action series on Netflix. Again, don't forget to subscribe as I really need your support to keep the channel going. Until next time.